Hey everybody, I just wanted to take a few minutes to show you how this new system that we're going to be using from now on for your e-learning is going to look and how it's going to work for you. First of all, you are going to have all of your assignments for science on Mondays. You can choose when you're going to complete the work. We won't be checking every single day like we have been. All of the work will be due Friday night at midnight. Okay, so you kind of set the pace on this. If you just really feel like you want to do everything all in one day, by all means, you can do that. If not, we've given you a suggested way to break the days up so that you don't have to do it all at once. And hopefully that'll help you a little bit. So I'm going to run through and show you some of the things that are available to you. And you are going to pay very close attention and you are going to make sure that you understand how this document works. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to take myself away here. First of all, at the very top, you're going to see Miss Gauck's contact information and you're going to see Miss Hagen's contact information. If you have not joined our Remind groups, please do so. We put our codes at the top there. And then we scroll down a little bit and we see the week's objectives. These are the things we want you to be able to do by the end of the week. Okay. This week, our focus is on the sun. So we have 3 objectives. First, I can describe how the size of the sun compares to the other objects in our solar system. Then our second objective is I can identify surface features of the sun, including the photosphere, corona, sunspots, prominences, and solar flares. Just in case you're wondering, we were not referring to the coronavirus there. The corona is part of the sun. So you'll get to learn that word in a different way this week. The last objective, I can predict how these features affect the Earth. So the first thing that's going to be listed on this document every week is going to be the week's objectives. It's important that you read those. All right, next we have resources. Now, these are just kind of extra resources for you to use. There are some websites, there are some videos. That's going to change from week to week. But for this week, we just have one website about the sun and then 3 different videos about the sun that you can kind of explore as you're learning if you have anything that you're curious about. Okay. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There's 3 columns here. First, we have our suggested timeline. Please notice it says you can do the work anytime throughout the week, but this is the way that we suggest that you break it up. Then you have your classwork. This is going to give you your assignments. Okay. And then if you're wondering what gets graded, there's 6 things that'll be graded next week. Those 6 things are listed right here for you. So you know exactly what's going into the grade book for the week. Okay. So we're going to break this down by looking at this day by day. If I start on Monday, you have a warm up. The warm up is this Ed puzzle that you are currently watching. Okay. Once you're finished with this, then you are good to go for the warm up. You can check that off. We did make a copy for each of you for this document, so you can change that little bullet into a check mark. You can print this out and actually physically check it off. I suggest that you keep up with it. You can even just, kind of once you've finished something, you may want to go through and either highlight it or put a line through it or something like that. So you can come in and do that. Okay, just make sure you're keeping up with what you've done. So Monday, we suggest you start with the warm-up, the SED puzzle. Then you have some reading to do. Now, the reading is not optional, but the way that you do the reading is optional. So if you just want to read the text, you can click the first link, and that's going to take you to a PDF just of the text. Okay. If you would rather see the text through video, you can click this link. That's going to take you to a YouTube video that on which I've read the text to you, so you can do it that way. Okay. It says you're going to stop and record notes on paper at each pencil in the text. And then you have an assignment in Google Classroom that's going to be attached to the assignment that we send to you on Monday. There's some analysis questions. So the most important thing that you can do here is get that work done. And again, it doesn't have to be on Monday, but don't hit the turn in button until you've completed everything on this list. Otherwise, you're going to have to unsubmit and resubmit all week long to be able to get access to the stuff that we've sent you. Okay. So Monday's work is here. Okay. We suggest that on Tuesday, you start with a warm-up that's going to be on USA Test Prep. Then you have an ed puzzle, the surface of the sun as you've never seen it. Then you have some text to read. Now we've given you the text in a PDF, but we've also sent you a Google Slides that's called Tuesday 331 text responses. You can just click that Google Slides. The text will be in there, but you also have to make sure that you complete the responses. So in that Google Slides on Tuesday, you'll answer questions that go with the text. Okay. Also on Tuesday, you have a Google meeting with us, a Google Meet. I guess I shouldn't call it a Google meeting. That makes me sound old. Sorry. The Google Meet times will be posted for each class, and we'll have a link for you. It's not an active link just yet, but it will be. This is optional, but encouraged. Okay. This is a chance for you to ask questions about the format, for you to ask questions about the content. It won't be a formal teaching moment, but it will be a time for you to just come in and ask questions and make sure that you're clear on what you have to do. Okay. So you'll click a link on the left-hand side here for your Google Meet. The suggested times for each block, fourth block is from 8:30 to 9, fifth block from 9:30 to 10, seventh block from 10:30 to 11, and eighth block from 11:30 to 12. Now, if you are in my fourth block class and you don't wake up until 10 o'clock, then obviously you aren't going to be in the 8:30 meeting. I'd love it if you would come to that time, but if you need to jump in at a different time, you're certainly welcome to do that. So don't hesitate to come at a different time if you miss your class time, if you have a question. Okay. So then we come on to Wednesday. You have a warm up, then you have a chart that's going to be in Google Classroom as an assignment. You're going to fill in that chart using your notes, text pages, the resources in the pink box, what you learned in the ed puzzle, not this one, but the one about the sun. And you can even use Google for this. Okay. Then you've got a Quizlet to practice the vocabulary of the sun. So just make sure you use Quizlet Learn because you're going to do a little bit more active learning that way. Okay. Thursday, another Google Meet is available, same times, and the link will be in there as well. And then you have a warm up in USA Test Prep, a quizzes, which the codes will be there unique to your class once this is posted in Google Classroom, which when you're watching this, it'll already be there. So this quizzes will be active for you. Okay. And then you're going to use Quizlet. I'm sorry, do the quizzes. Then you're going to use Quizlet to practice vocabulary because on Friday, we're going to give you an assessment. The assessment's going to include information on tides, eclipses, and the moon, as well as the stuff that you're learning about the sun this week. Okay. And then the last thing on the list for Friday, you have a warm up and then you have an assessment on those three things. When you are completing this work, remember that you can look in this list, the things that will go in PowerSchool next week at the end of the week now, because you'll be working throughout the week and it's not due each day. You could wait and do all this on Friday. I wouldn't suggest that, but you certainly are able to do that. But these 5 things will be put into the grade book. Okay. Listen, we put this video in Ed Puzzle today because we've noticed that the videos that we're making are not being watched. It's really important that if we post a video that you watch it. Okay. We are really, really working hard at trying to make this as good as it can be for you. So please, please, please make sure you watch the videos. And if you have questions, send us a message on Remind, email us. We are always available for you during the school day. Maybe not so much in the middle of the night, but in the school day, we're certainly available for you. Okay. I hope that y'all have a great week of e-learning. And I just can't wait to get back and see y'all again. Love you, mean it.